All right, welcome to Finish the Story. Happy Friday, everybody. I am your host. Oh, nice. I forgot about the soundboard.
Yeah.
We got some new equipment here. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I'm joined with my co-host, producer extraordinaire, Mr. Trent Ludzak.
Hello.
I like these, man. We got guest episodes, and then you got the me and you episodes. They're starting to kind of be my favorite.
Just how much can we try?
Yeah, because it's like we try to behave on the guest episodes, but it's
Yeah.
like me and you. It's like, well, whatever.
I've been
It's
a little
fucking-
out of pocket on a couple guest episodes for sure.
Nah, I don't think so.
think
Not
I-
too bad. Not too bad, man. I really, before we even get going, before we start rolling on this podcast, I want to say huge shout out, thank you to everybody that's been sending me messages, listening to the cast. It means a lot. Yeah, I've got some awesome messages from people just because we finally put it out. I didn't know if we were ever gonna put it out.
Yeah, we did it. Well, I mean, you had to put it out,
I know.
and you did it. You know what, buddy? You did it. Congratulations. You
We
did it.
Yeah,
And people are giving you feedback,
yeah.
which is fucking cool.
And
Nope.
it's great to do a podcast talking
Yeah.
about doing mushrooms and then go home and go, should I have talked about that?
Should I have done that? Yeah.
Should I have admitted to that? Fuck
Don't-
it, man. What are we
What
gonna
if
do?
what if you were on mushrooms and then that thought occurred to you, where you're like, man, I'm talking about mushrooms on a podcast.
That occurred to me on stage one time. I was
Ooh.
on mushrooms on stage and was talking about doing mushrooms, and it immediately weirded me out. I was like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm tattling on myself.
you were, yeah, but I bet it was funny.
Yeah, it's like asking a crowd, like, who in here does coke? And people are like, yeah. And then you're like, who here's on coke?
Yeah,
You're like, that guy in the back.
Coke is a hard one. Is
Yeah.
like mushrooms are much more like
Yeah.
about joy and happiness.
Yeah.
So people are more like,
Clap your hands if you struggle with
Yeah.
addiction.
yeah, if you're cheering for Coke, you either just started doing Coke.
Yeah.
Like this is your first night.
Yeah, you're in the honeymoon cocaine stage.
Yeah.
You haven't moved into the arguing in the car, the silent car rides, just you and cocaine. You're like, no, I don't want to fucking.
Yeah.
How do you not know where to eat? Like, what? Why do we do this every fucking time?
It is fun. It is fun to live that life vicariously through other comedians.
Oh yeah,
Because, like, I don't want that stress in my life.
no,
I'm just going to watch another guy, fall apart.
yeah, and it happens quick. It
Yeah.
happens quick. I mean, me myself included. You can see me go down a bad path of like a week where I'm just looking rough, and it's like my barometer is mellow because he's sober now. So
Yeah.
it's like
Oh,
anytime that he'll just look at me while I'm talking to him and be like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh man, I gotta get it together. I gotta clean it the fuck up."
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I'm getting on his
Yeah.
nerves. I'm drinking too much,
Yeah, Mello's the man.
dude. He's getting so good at hosting lately.
He's
like just,
the best host, I think.
I think so. I
He
think
might
so
be
too.
he's-
Watching him every week, I think he might be the best host in the Atlanta comedy scene. I'd put him up against anybody.
Nick Murphy's the only one who I think.
Oof, I
would
don't
be a
think
tough-
I've seen Nick host.
Bro, Nick makes the punchline open mic like work. Like it's fucking wild. It'll be like 15 comics in the back of the room,
Yeah,
bucket spots
yeah,
all the way through. 7 to 8 audience members. But Nick will crowd work and engage them to the point where he almost makes them like the emperors of the show, where it's like, I'm sorry you guys had to suffer through that.
Yeah,
Like, who
yeah,
wants
yeah.
to pull the next bucket? He gets them involved in a way
that's awesome.
that he makes it all the way through the bucket,
So one
fairly
of the
regularly. It's
one of the
crazy.
first times I ever saw Nick perform, I can't believe I just thought about this story. So the
Okay.
first time I ever saw Nick Murphy perform was at Star Bar, right?
Yeah.
So I was staying at this girl's house. I won't say her name, but I'm staying at her house. She's at work. So she's like, yo, feel free to enjoy my condo, like whatever. She's like, just
it
don't leave the
Beth?
door open. She's like, but the neighbors are a little crazy. Just don't,
Yeah.
don't worry about them.
Is
I'm
it
like,
Susan?
no.
I'm just asking women's names.
So I'm at this house, right? And I'm like, I'm going to enjoy the day. I got a whole day off. So I have this sugar cube LSD. So I'm like, I'm going to fucking eat this sugar cube. Just have a day at this house. It's not mine. I'm gonna enjoy this condo, listen to some records. Like, it's a beautiful day outside. So I eat this sugar cube. Not even an hour into it, I'm like on the phone with her. I'm like, damn, man, I'm starting to feel it. I'm like getting the passwords for her shit so I can set up music in the house. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm so excited for you. You're going to have such a good day. Enjoy it, babe. I'm like, thanks. Like, starting to kick in, hang the phone up. Dude, you can't make this shit up. I open the door and take 2 steps outside. There are 6 police officers, a fire truck, and an ambulance. And everybody turns around and just looks at me like,
What the fuck?
and I walk, I'm like, what? It's just like, and I look around. They're tying her neighbor down to a gurney, like
Holy
like
shit.
tying her down. She's having a psychotic fucking break.
Whoa.
And they're like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just," and I go back inside because I'm like, they're like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, so they're I can hear them. Like now, it's like I wasn't listening before because I turned the music off, and I'm like, "Oh my fucking god!" So then I'm sitting there thinking.
Now you're having a psychotic break.
Well, I'm like, I made a fucking scene out there. I walked out there, and then I start thinking, I don't live here. Like, if they knock on the door, they're going to be like, who are you? Just a guy. I don't live here. What do you mean you don't live? Like, kind of live here. Well, my girlfriend lives here. Like, let me see your ID. Like, what the fuck is wrong with your eyes?
Can we just call my girlfriend, man, please?
Yeah. No,
Please
and I
just
knew
call my
she wouldn't pick
girlfriend?
up because she was a nurse. So I was like, I know she's not going to pick up if they do. So I'm spiraling to
You're
a
like-
bad place.
You're like appealing to the EM.
Yeah,
to the,
it was like
to
a
the
fucking
ambulance guys.
Yeah, it was just like a contagious psychotic break. Like I fucking caught it, dude. It was airborne. It was an airborne anxiety attack. So
Damn.
I'm like spiraling. So I don't know what to do, and she's like not answering.
And
I
also,
know,
how far into this 12-hour acid trip are
this
you?
is when I just started really starting to trip.
Oh, okay,
So
right
I'm
at the-
like,
right at
this
the
is great.
beginning.
This is a nice setup for the rest of the night. Just like, holy fuck, this is not good. I'm panicking. I'm like, this is not good. So I remember it was like right around like 5 or 6 or something. And I just was like, what is going on tonight? It was a Monday. I'm like, what is happening? Star Bar. Get me the fuck out of here. So I call an Uber. Dude pulls up. And dude, this is like, it's only been like maybe an hour. They're still out there like trying to sort shit up. So I just like am looking out the window like, as soon as the Uber pulls up, I just go sprinting out to the car. I like dive in. He's like, whoa, dude. And he's in this van. So I'm sitting in the back seat and he's like, man, this is crazy. What's going
do you
on?
Want a
Like,
water, man?
yeah, like what's happening out here? And he's this old hippie. So I'm sitting in the back seat trying to talk to him, and he's like, keeps looking in the rear view, you know? And then he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no.
No.
And he goes, what's up? And I was like, I'm tripping. I ate some acid, man, and I'm freaking out. And he's like, oh, that's all you had to say. And he's like, come up front, bro. Don't be a stranger. So I go up, and he's an old deadhead. So I sit in
Of
the
course
front
he
seat
is.
with this fucking old hippie, and he's like, bro, everything's good. He's like, they weren't there for you. Fuck them. He's like, and it's not even your house. What the fuck do you care? And I'm like, you're 100% right. But I took to that Uber. I was like, what a guardian angel, like a psychedelic saint, you know, just
Yeah.
like came down and scooped me into his wings and flew me to Atlanta. It was the best fucking van ride. We were talking about music and concerts, and he was talking about his
Yeah.
tripping experiences. And
That's
then we got to
awesome.
Star Bar, and it was, you know, Star Bar was intense back
and
in
it
the
was
day.
and it was Nick Murphy.
And Nick Murphy was the first comedian that was on when I walked in. And it's intense when you go to Star Bar for the first time. That was when it was standing room. Everybody was stacking cigarettes. You had that dude that was like, looked like a fucking bouncer off Roadhouse at the door. He was checking IDs. I was like, oh, fuck. It took me 4 times to walk through the door because I kept walking up and seeing him and being like, no. Like, all right, I'm going to do it. No.
Oh, that's funny.
And then I went in. Yeah, Nick Murphy was the first comedian that I saw on stage, and he just was leveling this crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It was fucking insane.
I've still never been into Star Bar.
I haven't been recently, but that was back when it was standing room only, and it was like, dude, it was packed. It was unbelievable. The headliner that night was Ben Palmer. And you know, Ben Palmer, the I Hope This Helps, the guy that does the PowerPoint. He does like Facebook trolling.
Oh, yeah,
and-
I've heard about
Yeah,
this.
yeah. So he headlined and he did like a whole PowerPoint presentation, and I was just tripping balls in the back. Like, this is crazy. It really expanded what I thought a bit could be. You know, I was like,
Yeah.
this is insane. Like this is fuck. But yeah, that was my first time ever going to Star Bar.
Wow, that
Just
was.
showing up
Were you
just-
doing stand up already?
No. Well, I was, but not in Atlanta. I hadn't really been
Okay.
doing it in the scene very much.
So what were you just like working at restaurants?
Yeah, I had done it because I had moved back up, so I had done it in Savannah, but it was like during a hiatus. I wasn't really doing it. I hadn't really got
Okay.
back into shows, and I was just sort of going to watch it, which is an interesting thing to do shows and then to go back to comedy, like as an audience member, is interesting. It's always I tell people it's always a good thing. Like I love going to Mello's show and just going as an audience member and just sitting down and watching a show.
Yeah, I go hang out at that one whenever I can.
Yeah, it's like a cool. I don't know. It like
Let's
reminds you
let's
what it's like
plug
to
it,
just
man.
be an
Boxwood
audience.
Social.
Yeah, Boxwood Social Comedy Squared.
I think first and third Friday
Yep. Yeah.
every month.
Yeah, we're on it all the time.
$12 tickets, I think. Yeah, we're filling guys.
Yeah,
Basically.
we're on it all the
We're
time. We'll
like-
be the stone gentleman
Yeah.
in the back.
like if Mello needs somebody,
Yeah.
like sometimes with that show, I feel like he'll know that he needs somebody,
Yeah.
but he's like, he's got like, there's 3 or 4 of us who will show up.
Well, we all
different
live a
nights.
mile away.
Yeah.
It's so nice. You can
So
walk
he'll
'em.
always have like a backup.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you. Like I don't even really get booked on Mellow stuff because I fill on it. So
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. I feel the same way. It's always nice to have a fucking dope venue like that too, right on the square.
Yeah, that one. Well, that one. Man, it needs more people.
Yeah.
It moved across the square, and it feels like a lot
Yeah,
of
we
people
gotta get it. We
forgot.
gotta get the numbers up. I want to do finish the story there. I want to do a live podcast there.
I was telling him, maybe me and you should at some point go out and go stand outside of the old venue with flyers.
That's a good idea.
And then anybody who tries to show up there is like, oh, I thought it was here. Because how often do you see a poster for a thing that you've been to, and you're like, oh, I know where that is, and you
Right.
just
I
buy
didn't even think
tickets
about
and
that.
you-
I think he
yeah.
has the sidewalk things though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
yeah.
I don't think they go all the way over to
Yeah, I'll
there.
just stand there, hit my pen. Just
Yeah,
hey,
just
it's over
hey,
there.
Hey,
Hey, it's
hey,
over there.
comedy, it's over there, buddy.
Funny's that
we're
way.
Gonna have a good time tonight, buddy.
You know what worked the best when I was promoting shows, and I
What?
don't know if it would work in Marietta, but in Savannah, going to the concierge.
Oh yes,
And giving them, like-
Savannah's a monster.
Dude, going to the concierge
Actually-
at the hotels and giving them like free stuff, like, yo, here's free drinks and here's like flyers, and give these people a flyer and tell them if they bring this in, they get a free beer.
I mean, you might need to go do that down at like the Battery,
That's not a bad idea.
because like you need somewhere that you need hotels that are gonna have a concierge. You know?
Yeah. Well, it's just Savannah it was just all right downtown.
Yeah. Like we don't really have that. Like we would need
Yeah. That's why I don't think it worked for here, but it worked in Savannah.
yeah, but Savannah's a weird
Oh, yeah.
place.
It's a bizarre city.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I love it though. I love it. We're gonna
It's-
do finish the story down there, hopefully.
Yeah. When's the live one coming up? Do we have a
So I
date?
talked to Ryan Easterbrooks about it, and he's thinking August or like
Okay.
August or November.
We'll work it out.
I think August
Anyway,
would be dope. But yeah, we're
uh,
gonna try to have some T-shirts done. I was gonna run this idea by you.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get the logo, the finish the story on the front, and I was thinking about down to get down. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm down.
Right? The Parliament quote? That's the
I'm
shit.
down to get
Down to
down.
get down. They used to have these shirts, speaking of Savannah, at Abe's on Lincoln, this little dive bar down there.
Yeah.
They used to have these shirts, and on the back it says, it's cool, I come here all the time. And like one time it was like in quotes, and I'm like, what is that quote from?
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, I guess they were closing up one night, and some dude's just in the bathroom, door's not locked, just wide open, and he's just pissing in the sink, and they're like, abso-fucking-lutely not, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, just clean the bathroom. And they come back like, what the fuck? And he goes, it's cool, man. I come here all the time. And they were like all just so fucking like blown away by that response. And he was just
Oh,
like
what a good-
blacked out, just walked out like nothing happened. And they're like, I
Yeah.
guess
I
he
s-
comes here all the time, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, and are you peeing in the sink all the time? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you're not going to be coming here all the time if you're peeing in the sink all the time.
Yeah, and that's a fucking problem that you come here all the time.
Big problem. You're the guy we've actually been looking for
Yeah.
months.
Yeah,
We've been trying to narrow down who it is.
yeah, the pee bandit.
I
Dude.
can't believe how blatant you are. About
Yeah,
it.
it's like when you were in kindergarten and they had the fucking leprechaun footprints and you tried to find where he went. This guy's just living pee trails everywhere.
Just
Did you do that in kindergarten and like when you were in grade school?
yeah, I
Oh,
remember it at some point.
They put like our teacher like did footprints on the wall, and now you think back, you're like, why was she doing this? Like, why did she
Just-
give a fuck that much?
Dude, just lying to kids. So
It just
many,
the lie is egregious.
so many holidays are about lying to kids for no reason.
What is your fucking deal, lady?
Yeah. No, I have a bit that's about a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
About how holidays are lies.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Santa, that's a weird one.
Yeah.
My
Well,
brother
Santa-
figured that out. Spoiler alerts. My brother
Spoiler
figured out
alert.
that Santa wasn't real early, dude.
Really? Do you think that
Early.
explains his problems?
Blake figured it out early. Like, my mom is literally like trying to lie to him, and he goes, well, wait a minute, hold on. We don't have a chimney. She's like, well, he comes in the front door. He goes, you just leave the door unlocked? She's like, God damn it, Blake. Like, no, I mean, all right, he's not real. What? You're like, dude, you really took the fun out of this. Like, God damn, you're 5.
I feel like I remember at some point I was like, because we didn't have a chimney either. I was like, okay, so we
Yeah.
don't have a chimney. How's he get in there?
Yeah, we're just letting
I think-
strangers in?
And I'm pretty sure my parents were just like, it's magic. And then I was just like, fine.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I was over Santa at that point.
Yeah.
This is a very vague memory of just like at some point I was like, so we don't have a chimney, so how does Santa get in here?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the answer was just magic.
That happened in poor households all over America. That was a
Magic.
big problem.
I think that's one of those like when you
Wait,
a-
what the fuck's a chimney?
Yeah. you ask that when you know
Yeah.
deep down that Santa's not real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spoiler.
You already start putting it together.
But like
What the
you're,
fuck is a mantle?
but you don't want to give up the idea yet. Like you're
Dude.
trying to hold on still.
We had cousins, shout out Ryan and Zach. We had cousins that believed till they were like fucking 12, dude.
I don't remember when I
Way
wouldn't-
late in the game.
I should ask my mom
You're in 7th grade.
because
Like-
I don't remember.
Like,
I might have been late.
There's
I'm gonna be
kids like
honest.
they were figuring it out while kids were figuring out weed. You know, like 8th grade,
Yeah.
they're figuring out Santa. People smoking out of Coke cans.
Jesus, yeah. I might have been late. I'm not sure. I can't quite remember.
That probably is what's wrong with me. All the times that I took a hit out of a Coke can.
Oh yeah, that just all the aluminum and
Yeah,
zinc
it's gotta be,
chemicals.
dude. Gravity bongs,
Oh,
all that burnt, whatever the fuck people used as the bowl and the burning plastic.
Yeah.
Terrible for you.
No, I mean just get a regular bowl.
Just roll a joint.
And that
What
works
the
too.
fuck?
You ever plug a joint into a gravity bong?
Yes.
That's a pretty fun experience.
Now, you know what I did have? I had a gravity bong that was glass, and you turned it upside down, and it filled up
Yeah.
with the. That was cool. And the best time they ever did that was on my birthday one year. They brought it out like a candle, so everybody's saying "Happy Birthday" as it was filling up. And then I, like, instead of blowing out the candle, I
Oh,
took the
that's
whole
pretty.
hit. Yeah, it was
And
the
then you
best.
blew it all over a cake.
Then I just throw up onto a cake. It's like, guys, I don't feel good. I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go lay naked onto my top of my covers.
with a fan on me.
Yeah, that happened to me one time when I dabbed. There was a bunch of people at the house, and I took a big old potato chip dab and was like, "Oh, yikes!"
Bro, dabs, I don't really like them.
That'll get you
Because-
naked under a fan, dude. Quick, bro. Naked under a fan. And heaven forbid you had a couple of BLs at the bar, dude.
Yeah,
A couple
oh
of
yeah.
Coors Lights.
You're gonna be spinning.
Yikes, dude.
Bro, you're gonna be spinning.
You're on the
faster than world.
Gravitron,
dude. You're
and there's a fucking screw missing.
yeah. It gets real wobbly fast.
Oh, it's the worst.
I
That's
I
that's a
remember,
foot on the ground off the side of the bed night.
dude. The first time I ever did a dab is probably explains why I'm not like a dab. I'm not like
Yeah.
because I was in college. And I was at my buddy's house that, he was renting with a bunch of other college students.
Nice. As you do. As you do.
As happens. It's a rainy day out, so it's just gray. The music is like sad piano shit. I don't even know what it
Tom
like.
Waits. Good chance.
It might have been Tom Waits. It might have been Tom
Yeah,
Waits.
gray, rainy day.
So
For the story, it's Tom Waits.
So Tom Waits is on. I've never done this before, and one of my buddies is like, "Let's go do a date," and I'm like, hanging out in the TV room. They're in the dining room. None of the lights are on. We're just going by the dreary outside, through the window. I come in and I sit down, and this man is just sitting there with a torch, just heating up a piece of glass. And
It's alarming, right?
I'm
It's
like-
alarming.
I'm like, if you looked through the window right now, this is the perfect anti-drug.
All right, so
commercial.
here's a question: is it a blowtorch or like a torch for creme brulee?
No, he's using. I think he was using a creme brulee torch.
Okay,
Yeah.
so one of those torches. All right, because
Yeah.
I have seen the other where somebody's
We're
got a blowtorch. You're like, dog.
That is a redneck with problems, is what that
Right.
is.
You're like, somebody fucking stumbled into hash.
Yeah, it was. It was like just looking around. I think I did like one small one
Yeah.
and was just gone. But I was like, I'm good on dabs. I think because it was just like
It's too
Oh,
much.
It's a very sad vibe.
Yeah, well, that is it. Dabbing to Tom Waits on a
Dabbing
rainy day is like, why, dude?
Why would you do that?
It's like, I don't like tequila. Well,
Come on, man. You're my friend. I thought that.
Yeah, I don't like tequila. Well, how'd you drink it? I drank an entire bottle in an hour, and I threw up. Fuck tequila. You're like,
Ooh.
well, you did it wrong.
Yeah. No. Sip on your tequila.
Yeah. I feel the same way about dabs. Sip on your dabs. Listen to something happy. No, the first time I did a dab, I was at this dude's house, and he had just
It's always a dude's house.
he had it was an apartment on 10th Street. Sorry, loft, all concrete, very weird apartment. He starts pulling out all the flavors, so there's just a massive amount of weed on the bar, and I'm like, whoa, like already a little just like this is a lot of weed, okay. And then I
Yeah.
take the dab, the alarm for the entire building goes off.
That means that was too much dab, I think.
It wasn't us. It was just for the building. It went
Oh.
off. And he looked directly at me and he goes, we're not going anywhere. And I'm just sitting there the first time I've ever been high on dabs. And it's just like, weep, 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 weep. And I'm in this concrete tube.
Bro, I can't believe you didn't have a stroke.
It was crazy. I was literally looking at the window like, I'm out of here, dude.
Like, I'm
What
about
is
to
this?
jump this
3
window.
floors? I can do that.
I can roll.
Assassin's Creed right out the window.
Just hopefully there's some boxes or something.
Hopefully there's a hay bale.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be if there happened to be a hay bale?
Yeah, everybody's like a garbage truck. You see that on movies. I'm like, dude, in New York, you're gonna get fucking a needle in your
Yeah,
ass.
no, you're getting AIDS.
Yeah, for sure. Or that Ninja Mutant or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fucking goose. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, but that would be
I tried to say that.
struggled.
I was trying to say it, but I was thinking too fast. Like I'm too high, dude. My brain was zooming. That's why I don't do sativas. I'm zooming.
Anyway, there's a
It's like I'm trying to catch a train
So
that's going
let's-
by me. That's my thoughts.
let's bring it back to that bar shirt.
Oh,
right?
Abe's. Yeah.
I saw a bar shirt recently from my family's homeland.
Oh my God, I forgot. All right, we're bringing it
Of-
full circle. My bad.
of northern Wisconsin. There's two towns. There's one called Hayward.
Okay.
There's one called Spooner. And there's like a 20-30 minute drive between them on a highway. Maybe it's less. I haven't been there in a while. On that highway, there's a train bridge that just has Spooner Blows painted across it.
Are they rival towns?
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
it's like a senior prank thing. But here's the thing. Since I was a child, this has been there. Nonstop. It's
That's
never
awesome.
it's
The
never not
Spooner
been there.
Blows.
If I'm driving to northern Wisconsin to see the family, I'm going to drive under that bridge every single time.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. They even have exclamation points on it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's gone over evolutions, but like this is basically exactly what it looked like.
Yeah.
Last
That's
time
so
I saw
funny.
it.
Well, I guess are they
So-
leaning over it and doing it upside down?
So
I
here's
would
the
assume?
thing. Holy shit. This is
Oh,
it.
that's the shirt.
So this is a bar that sells a shirt with a picture of the bridge on it.
Oh, dude, I gotta get one of those
I
shirts.
know, I want
gotta
one.
get one of those shirts.
I want one so bad.
That's amazing. Spooner blows. Yeah, we gotta get those shirts.
I'm
You gotta rock
actually-
that at the live cast. We gotta get you that shirt so you can rock it at the live cast. That's our goal. I'll wear
Yeah.
my Abes.
Hold up. Let me see if I can. Can I order it online?
I bet you can send them a DM. I bet you they'll send it to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to look into that.
I went
for
into
sure.
the taco place that's down the street, and I'm like, do y'all have shirts? The lady's like, what? I was like, I want to buy a shirt. And they all have it on for like their uniform. She's like,
yeah.
why?
Bro,
I was like, because I do a podcast. I want to wear it on the podcast. She's like, I'm not following. Like what the fuck?
Bro,
Why do you come here all the time?
places that
Cook at your house.
places that sell shirts though, I'm like, this is the tackiest bullshit, dude. If you're a restaurant that sells your shirts,
Yeah, we're about
fucking
to
get out
sell
of the-
shirts.
yeah, but we're a podcast. That's a very different thing.
I know.
We're not
it's just-
trying to do food, man.
I do understand what you're saying.
You can't
Selling
get in-
T-shirts is cheesy.
You can't get into merch
It's
if
very,
you're trying to sell
Crab
food.
Shack.
Yeah,
Crab Shack,
yeah,
Real Bravo.
yeah. Not good.
Nah, I'm with you on that.
But like a podcast, like that's how you make money.
But I would
sometimes,
rock
you
an
know?
Applebee's shirt. Let's be real.
You would rock an Applebee's.
Yep. You
Come
could
on, man.
sell an
Yeah, have some
Applebee's shirt
class.
to a thrift store, like those hipster thrift stores, for
Yeah.
fucking $100.
Dude, have some fucking class, okay? At least go Chili's.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Yep.
Step it up
Yep.
a little bit.
You're right. You're right. Chili's has superior
It's the
superior quesos.
the appetizer menu.
The queso with the meat in it, the yellow queso and the skillet. Stop.
Dude, hit the
Stop.
sampler plate. That you don't even need a meal.
Dude, one time our buddy's dad was like I guess a big deal at Chili's, like a regional manager or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But
I thought you meant as like
no,
a
like he's
guy
not like
that's at
he's not
bar.
like Mr. Chili, you know. But one time we
Senor Chili.
yes,
Use the proper title, Keegan.
Senor Chili. No, so he like opened a side restaurant, right? So we went there to like the soft opening, like the first day.
Wait, he was cheating on Chili's?
Cheating on Chili's. For sure cheating on Chili's.
That's not cool.
So I was a kid, right?
Did you
we
get
go
kneecapped by
Bro.
Senor Chili?
I was drinking a drink at the table. I don't even know how old I was. I must have been like 8, 9. And I was like drinking and I had the ice on the side and I
Yeah.
thought that I got it away and I bit the ice and I just crunched the glass. Immediately, dude,
Wait.
I panicked. I was
You
like,
bit right through the glass.
yeah, and I just spit out glass, and my dad was like, "What the fuck?" And then when he looked over and he just saw glass coming out of my mouth, he's immediately like, "Yo, dude, do not fucking swallow! Like, what is happening?"
What
Like,
did you do?
oh my god, dude, they're trying to piece together the pieces to make sure I'm like freaking out. In the meantime, we're like guests of the dude trying to open the
Yeah.
restaurant, and we're making a fucking scene.
So are you bleeding?
No,
Okay,
just having a
okay.
full on panic because they thought I swallowed some, and
Of
I thought I
course.
swallowed some because I'm a hypochondriac. So I'm fucking free.
Yeah,
And my
you
mom is not known for being calm in any situation,
okay.
bro. She's freaking out. All the tables are looking. It was terrible. Nothing happened. I didn't swallow glass, but just the initial shock of like I bit into this glass and just so much glass came out of my.
Wait, so what kind of... We're not talking a pint glass, are we?
Yeah, like a beer glass.
What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, like I bit through a beer glass. Like I was chomping ice, bro.
You got some choppers on you.
Dude, I was like a hungry
Holy-
hippo. Just jump.
Dude, I think my teeth would shatter if I tried to do that.
No, don't talk about my teeth. It's a sore subject.
Ugh.
I grew up my whole life. They fucking made fun of my teeth. I had big teeth. Bro, I had braces. It was open season. These motherfuckers.
Bro, your
children
teeth-
are mean as fuck.
Bro, your teeth can take down a pint glass.
yeah,
You
chomped
deserve
it.
to get made
chopped
fun
it. Just.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's...
And then another time, one of my
I've never
one of my
even heard of
dad's
somebody
restaurants, I
doing that.
fucking grand opening, I choked on a cheese stick, and it was like when you went for real, you know, like when you're like kind of choking, but you like don't want to make a scene about it, and you're like, "Oh, kind of choking here. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll shake it down." You have to like alert the table
Yeah,
where you're just
kinda
like
doing
"Hey,
like a,
hey, hey, like a cheese stick is not doing good. I'm choking. We had a guy at one of the restaurants. He choked on a meatball on the line, and he's an EMT. So he's on his second job is a cook. So he's an EMT. So he's choking on a meatball. Now a meatball goes down into his throat. Like he did not chew it like full. Just like might as well follow fucking swallow a fucking tennis ball. You know what I'm saying? Like stuck in there.
Italian guy.
So the guy's trying to give him the Heimlich, like one of the dudes on the line, and the whole time he's trying to give him the Heimlich, the dude that's an EMT is like, he's doing it fucking wrong. He's like, I'm gonna die at this shitty fucking cook job
where nobody knows.
And he's like, and I can't tell him. He's like, I know exactly where he's supposed. So he's like trying to position his hand down, like he's just dying, and he knows.
Bro,
he has all the medical knowledge in the world, and he's dying on a meatball. And then some dude looks over that's watching the whole situation, and he just hammer fist his diaphragm, and a fucking meatball just goes shooting out. But like, imagine being an EMT, knowing that you know exactly what to do, and you can't tell them. And you're like pointing to that fucking crusty painting on the wall, that little picture that has the like step 2.
It's just like coated in barbecue sauce. It's been from like years ago.
That's amazing.
Like it's dried, and you can actually see through the barbecue sauce now.
The irony.
It's just a veneer.
Yeah. You're like, that's seasoned. That piece of paper on the wall is seasoned. Oh yeah,
bro. That would be a very ironic way to go.
Oh yeah, like an Alanis Morissette song.
It sucks because like you can Heimlich yourself with a chair, they say, right? But like you're in the kitchen, there's
no
not
chairs
there's
in
not
sight,
a chair
bro. Not
nearby.
a chair in sight.
The chairs are as far from you as possible.
Also, my mom one time was at a Taco Mac. And she's sitting at a Taco Mac.
Bro, your family needs to learn how to slow the fuck down, bro.
So my dad said my mom just literally stands up from the table and she just does like this. She like folds her napkin. And he's like, damn, I guess she's going to the bathroom. And then he says he looks up and out of the window, he sees somebody giving my mom the Heimlich. She's like, what the fuck? My mom is literally choking to death and just stands up, folds her napkin, quietly goes outside, and the stranger gives her the Heimlich. My dad's like, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't you tell me? And she goes, how embarrassing. Stand up in a restaurant and be choking? Absolutely not. And she was like, I'm not dying in a Taco Mac. That's not happening.
I was really not like, this woman is a mystery to me. But as soon as you're like, oh yeah, dying in a Taco Mac, I get it.
Yeah, I get it too. I'm like,
yeah.
And how embarrassing. Choking is like falling. It happens and it hurts and it's serious, but it's so goddamn embarrassing. Like when you fall, it's fucking embarrassing. You're choking, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die. Like whatever this life is, a gift, a miracle.
I grew up north, bro. I know all about the slip and falls.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even think about that.
It happens a lot.
Damn, every year, think about that.
Every year, like one or two people, pretty much, like a lot of people fall and just like break an arm sometime throughout the winter.
I'd be so fucked.
Just 'cause like, yeah, it's just icy as fuck, dude.
Oh, I'd be so fucked. No health insurance. I'd be so fucked. Break my leg.
Yeah.
Just be like, oh, I guess.
Nah, dude, you can get by.
You'd have to old yeller me, dude. You'd have to take me out fucking to the pasture.
Nah, dude, I don't think.
You've become a burden, Keegan.
Keegan, come to me. I will duct tape a stick to your arm. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll just be like Tiny Tim on the Christmas Story. Just have that little wobbly leg.
Yeah, well, you'll probably break an arm.
No.
So
you think so? That's more likely? Arm?
Yeah, because it's like you slip, and people usually either you try to catch yourself.
Oh yeah, put your
which
arm
is
down.
wrong.
Yeah.
Or like landing on a curb or something like that.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
One time I was at a restaurant in Savannah that I worked at.
Concussions happen a lot.
Oof, bouncing your head off the fucking sidewalk.
Oh yeah.
So I was at this restaurant I worked at, and I had to work the morning shift, and it was like a brunch shift, like an early shift. And my manager, I was like dating my manager at the time, and I'm like, she like was like, you got to get up and go, and I'm like, motherfucker, like you know how much we drank last night, like what the fuck?
You did this to
like
me,
you could smooth this over. I'm not even a brunch server. Like I got fucking mistakenly scheduled, but I show up, after a long night. So
yeah. So you're on Molly.
No, it just was a long night of boozing. So I'm like just hung over. So I'm going around the corner and I didn't have time to put on my non-slick shoes. And the manager that was on duty was like, yo, you don't have on non-slick shoes. I was like, all right, man, get off my back. Like I got it. So I used to flip these water bottles. We had these glass water bottles. I used to flip them all the time. And they hated it. They were always like, quit fucking doing that. So I'm walking down the hallway and I flip this water bottle and it busts. And as it busts, I don't have on my non-slip shoes. So I just, both feet in the air, just... And as I'm going, I instinctively put my arm down.
Wait, forward, backward.
Backwards.
Okay.
So I'm out.
So
I'm so gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, feet are up in the air. I'm
like a cartoon
right.
slip.
Scooby-Doo fall.
Yeah.
So I'm reaching back to like catch myself, and when I reach back and I land on one of the shards of glass that goes into my hand. So I'm super embarrassed because I just busted ass, broke a bottle. There's fucking water everywhere. So I instinctively just get up and pull it out. Dude, it was like a fucking Kill Bill scene. The blood literally sprays onto the wall, and I'm like, ah! And like so,
put it back in.
Dude, when they watch the video, you see this little Mexican lady from the hotel, like one of the little housekeeping ladies. She comes around the corner and she sees me get up and go, like blood spraying on the wall, and she just runs the other way. She just turns around like, nope.
She just went home.
I don't know where she ran to. She ran like she didn't see it. Like she wasn't on camera.
Damn.
Like, get out of here. So I went to the back and I'm sitting over the sink and I'm like literally shooting blood out of my hand. I'm like starting to get dizzy because I'm seeing all this blood. So the manager that was on was our assistant manager. It was her first day ever on the floor. So she's like panicking.
Yeah.
Dude. She's going to get the thing because we have to go through corporate so that we can get, it's going to be workers' comp. You're going to have to take a drug test. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like bleeding and I'm like, I got to get this to stop. That's the first order of business. Let me get this to stop. So I'm like kind of taping it up and I'm like, all right, this lady does not have my best interest in mind. Like I cannot take a drug test. That's not happening. Yeah. So I just was like, looked at all the kitchen guys. I was like, hey, when she goes to get that paperwork, I'm out. Y'all cover for me. They're like, we got you. I'm like, all right. So she went to go get the paperwork. I just dipped out the back and ran to like an urgent care. Dude, they were blowing my phone up. Like they called me probably 87 times. Everybody's like, where did you go? Like I just went to this urgent care and just told them I wasn't at work because I didn't want to involve work. So then when it came up at work, they wanted to like fire me and they're like, what the fuck? You can't just run out. And I was like, I just panicked. I was like, I was bleeding. And then they went back and reviewed the tapes and you just see all the blood like splattering on the wall. They're like, all right.
And then you see this bitch just like, stay here.
Right. She's just like, she was panicking. Like she was in full, just like, but I get what she saw the blood too. Like my first fucking shift, this guy's dying.
Yeah.
Like everybody was like, you look pale. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, I'm losing blood and this lady's going to let me bleed out over non-slip shoes because I'm an idiot and drank all night and had a 6 a.m. shift. And that was another thing. I was like, my blood isn't going to clot forever. I'm so hungover. I was like, this shit is thin, baby.
Yeah, and you probably took like a bunch of aspirin.
Mm-hmm.
Which
my shit, I was just bleeding out, dude. Like I swear to God, I've never bled like that. It looked like Kill Bill. Like when I took it out of my hand, it was like,
oh,
terrible.
Yeah,
terrible. And it was completely my fault. Like egg on my face. I didn't have on non-slip shoes. You're like, yeah, what do you know? And then the fucking horrendous puncture wound in my palm.
Man,
like, dude,
I haven't had a bad injury in a while.
Made me think about, and I know this is a very morbid thought, but I'll say it. That makes you think that when they talk about Jesus getting his hands nailed to the cross, that must have been outrageously violent and gory.
So apparently, supposedly, it was his wrists.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, dude, my hand bled so much. I'm like, you put a nail through there, it would just be super.
Your hand probably wouldn't hold it very well. So like this'll. So yeah, like this is a more structurally stable, engineering and whatnot. I don't know.
Leave it to the no.
Whoa. Hey, it was the Romans doing that.
I know. Allegedly.
That was allegedly? What do you think?
We were talking about that the other day. Just like, where were the homies at, bro? While he's getting crucified. He had 11 homies. Like, where were they at?
Well, they voted for a different guy to get saved.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny story in the life of Brian.
Oh, really?
Have you seen that movie?
No. I've
Bro,
never
you
seen
never
it.
seen
Monty
The Life-
Python?
Yeah,
Nah, I just never seen it.
dude. It's do you like Monty Python?
Yeah, I did. I haven't seen it as an adult. I saw it when I was a kid, and I can't tell if it was really cool or my brother, when he was like older in high school, they were really
Yeah.
big into like theater. And so like,
Yeah.
you know, when you have like an older, like you're just like, this is cool as fuck. But it's like,
Yeah.
was it cool as fuck? Or was I just idolizing it because he liked it?
Dude,
So I don't know.
Monty Python's pretty fucking funny.
I know. I want to go back and watch it.
The Life of Brian is probably their best thing in my opinion.
Really? Okay.
Because so basically
What
the
year are we
story,
talking?
It was I think I can't remember if it's before or after Holy Grail. What it's like. Anyway, so it's the premise. I'll like give you the premise.
Yeah. All right.
Is Jewish guy named Brian around the time of Jesus.
Okay.
Accidentally becomes a prophet through a series of like missteps where like he's being hunted by the Romans, but also has like this group of people following and insisting he's a prophet, but he's just like, but it all started because he just pretended to be a prophet guy
Yeah.
on the square to like not get caught.
Right.
So like he did it to blend in. But then people were asking him questions, and his answers intrigued people enough that they wouldn't leave him alone. And he's just slowly building this
I
following.
like that. I like that.
And it's very good.
I like it. I'm down to watch it. I need to. I
Yeah.
need to watch it as an adult, like I said.
It's probably the funniest thing the British have ever made, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, British humor is not my thing, really.
I like a fair amount of it. Jimmy Carr is
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of him. I've watched plenty of him. He's pretty good.
He's he always seems like he comes out with a more offensive joke every time. Like it's his whole thing. Like what I saw one. It's
like
just
that.
maybe newer to me, but he said one. He's like, I bet I can get. He's like, do you think I can get canceled in 8 words? And somebody's like, no. And he's like, have some faith. And he's like, all rapes are preventable. Just say yes.
Oh.
It's
Oh.
fucking wild,
Oof.
dude. It's like at this point,
That's a
it's
rough one.
almost not a joke. It's just a crazy thing
That's a rough one.
that he puts in a context to make it a joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah,
That's a
dude.
rough one, too. Like, if you go to a
Yeah.
comedy show and you get, like, 3 of those guys in a row at an open mic, you're like, oh, fuck,
Yeah.
dude.
You got to get good before
I was
you
going to
can try
fucking
that kind of
lean
stuff.
back, and then you can see that I'm wearing jorts. I wore jorts on stage last week.
Damn, dude, what a fucking redneck you are.
I know.
Real? Are you trying to get on the blue?
I would
blue collar
fucking
I mean, yeah.
definitely do the blue collar comedy tour.
Any of us would.
Oh my god, absolutely.
But
So
you
fast.
trying to go
I would
for
do
that
a whole. I
brand?
would do full character.
You're gonna
like-
write 20 minutes on NASCAR.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about woke people and Target.
Tarjay.
Yeah, Tarjay's out here with a Baphomet. Like, just who gives a fuck? Are you hearing what you're talking about? Like, just they got tuck bikinis.
I do love when people can't get pronunciations right, and then they
Tarjay.
start using real big word
Yeah.
or like real weird like occult stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Baphomet.
Baphomet. I seen the horns. Yeah. So I was thinking about it the other day. We finally put a clip out. Finished the story. Finally had its first clip.
Ah, you did it.
Finally. That's when we needed the soundboard. Here, we'll do it again. Let's try again. Hold on. Finish the story. We put our first clip out. So, damn it.
Is that the one you wanted?
No, but I much
let's-
prefer. All right.
Okay, let's try it again. We'll do it again.
So finish the story. We put out our first clip. So, God damn it. That's a great bit. Just never giving people what they want on the soundboard.
Hold on. Do you want to try it again?
No, you motherfucker, because you're going to do the jazz thing again. I know you.
I'm not gonna do the
All right.
jazz thing.
So here, finish the story. We got our first clip done. We finally did it. God damn it.
Okay, now that's it.
All right. So
No more-
yes, we
no more.
finally did a clip. It was the clip about my brother in the restaurant.
The
So-
cake.
Yeah, the cake, and then the margarita was on the episode. The margarita,
Yeah.
I wanted to clip that too, but the cake had a better beginning and end.
That still haunts me, by the way.
Yeah.
Every probably once every 2 weeks or so, I just will be like, her last cake.
Her last cake, dude, ever on this planet Earth.
That's
That
hard.
was her probably the only thing that made her happy in the last 40 years. It's just making cake, getting dick,
What if she was
running
like
through a field.
one of
All that
those-
fell by the wayside. Just baking cakes was where she found her joy.
Yeah, but what if actually she was like one of those mean old ladies who goes on Yelp?
Oh,
You know the kind I'm talking
yes,
about?
yes, these fucking bitch. All right, so it got me thinking. That's a great segue into this. So it got me thinking about quitting jobs because he quit both those jobs, and I was
Yeah.
thinking about. So one time, bro,
Something it sounds like you're pretty good at, quitting jobs.
quitting jobs and getting fired. I'm a pro. So I quit this job one time, right? I was working at this barbecue place. So it was a buddy of mine I went to high school with. He opened up this barbecue place. So it was back home. It was when I first moved back from Savannah. So I needed a job. I was like, bro, he's opening up this place. I'll help you out. So I was bartending, and one of my good friends had passed away. So I was bartending there, but it was like back in my hometown. I was living back in my parents' house. It was just a whole weird time in my life. Like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, where you're getting that like that slap in the face of reality of like, I'm back where I went to fucking high school.
Yeah.
I'm running into people who never left here. Like,
This is sad.
yeah,
Yep.
this isn't it, right? So one day I find out a buddy of mine passes away. So I'm at work and I'm just fucking over it. And I'm like, I just don't know if I can do this anymore, right? So I get this table. This lady comes in, and you could tell right off the bat this lady was a problem. She
Yeah.
was a fucking bitch. Like, she was a
had the haircut
problem.
and
Oh,
everything.
dude, she had the cunt aura. You know
What's
what I
the
mean?
age?
Oh, we're talking menopause.
Okay, so she's got like dirty blonde hair with streaks, but like very
Absolutely.
defined
Yep.
streaks.
She had the Karen
That's
haircut
really-
for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
Uh,
The bob.
yeah, she's got like a black and white patterned blouse and way too much jewelry.
It's
And
like turquoise.
she smells like her great grandmother's perfume.
Nah, she smelled like cigarettes for sure.
Oh,
She was
okay.
like
Oh.
probably goes to the beach every
Ooh.
couple of months. She was that kind of trash.
This is a different kind of okay.
Yeah, she was a little trash.
I was
trash.
thinking
short
more
hair,
like-
like Daytona trash.
I was thinking more like upscale bitchy.
No. This is like Daytona trash.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah. Leathery skin, smell like cigarettes, drinking red wine at fucking 11
she
o'clock
smells
in the
like
afternoon.
the ocean, but not the good part.
Yeah. She smells like the bay, bro. Sitting there,
She smells like the Jersey Shore
Yeah,
in the morning.
this bay bitch. So nah, dude, she comes in. She's just a bitch right off the rip. She's very demanding, very short. She's just not a nice lady. She's with her
Did
19.
you just rip her height?
Huh?
Did you just rip her height?
I don't know. Did I?
She's very mean. She's very short.
Oh, I just meant short, like as her interaction.
Oh,
she was
okay.
very short with me. Like, I need this. Very
Yeah,
short.
just
No,
do
not
it.
her height.
Just
You're like,
do it.
damn, bro, don't be over here height shaming.
Jesus, man.
No, so she's very short. She's just a real fucking snotty lady.
Yeah.
So I bring her. She's like, "Can I get another glass of wine?" I'm like, "All right." So I go back there, go to get another glass of wine. The bottle's not there. So like,
question:
yes.
what kind of wine?
She was
We're
drinking.
talking bottom shelf,
Yeah, she's drinking House Red.
house red.
Yeah,
Okay,
like a
that's it.
Merlot. So I brought her like a Malbec, I think, on accident. So
Oh,
I brought her a
no.
Malbec. She gets pissed. She's like, "This is not the wine that I ordered."
Did she know it on taste?
Bro, knew it on taste.
Wow.
Knew it on taste.
That's
So
a
she's
seasoned
caught. She's
alcoholic.
a fucking bitch. She starts really just making a scene about this wine. So I go back, grab the right wine, and I just come back and just set it down on the table because I'm like, I'm over this. This whole thing, I'm over this whole thing. So I just wasn't gonna talk to her. I'm like, I told another server, you take care of her. I'm not gonna deal with her. She's just being a bitch. So I look over, and my manager's over there talking to her, and she's just bitching up a storm. And I can hear her go, "And you know what the problem with him is? And you know what the problem with this place is?" And I'm just listening. I'm
She
listening.
knows.
I'm listening. And then all of a sudden, Everybody gets to that point where you get to that point and you're like, I want to quit this fucking job.
Yeah.
But you stay. Everybody gets to that point. For the first time in my life, I got pushed over that
You were
point.
like,
You know what I mean?
oh,
Like I got
why?
pushed. I was like, nah. She's not gonna just be over there fucking lying on my character,
Yeah.
dude. So my manager's like walking away. He's like, yo, stay away from her. And I hear her bitching and like scoffing at me as I'm walking by. So I just turned around and walked up to the table. It's her 19-year-old daughter, and her 69-year-old mom. And I go, you know what the problem is here? Lady goes, I don't know. Tell me. And I went, you're a fucking bitch. That's the problem. You're a fucking bitch and you do this everywhere you go. And she was like, what? Like, dude, she jumped up from the table. Her 19-year-old daughter looked at me like, just stole the air out of the fucking room, dude. So this lady jumps up like she got shot.
Every table nearby is like,
yeah, now
whoa.
everybody's interested. Everybody's like, what? So this lady jumps up and she is screaming. So I just walk away. I'm like, I said what I said. So I'm walking away. I walk into the kitchen. She follows me into the kitchen. She's fucking screaming and yelling. My manager's right there. He's like, what? I told you not to talk to her. Like what is happening? And she's screaming.
Followed you into the kitchen, though.
Bro, so me and her start getting into it. So then we go out and onto the restaurant floor, and she's screaming and yelling. I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. I kept going, you're like trailer trash. You came in here wanting fucking free food. I was like, that's all you wanted. You wanted a bitch of wine so you could have 3-4 glasses for free. I was like, just say what it is. You want free wine. And she's sitting there, and she's like, sits back down. She's like, I can't believe you'd say that. And I'm like, what do you mean? What part seems like a lie to you? And she's like, that I just want free food. So this is where I lost my cool, bro. This is the part of the story I'm not proud about.
This is where you lost your
This
cool.
is where I lost my cool.
Wow,
Bro,
so
I
you
drug
were
over
totally
one.
reasonable before this.
Yes, absolutely reasonable. I brought over one of them big ass trash cans, like drug it over there. And I was like, nobody.
Like the kitchen trash can.
Yeah. I'm like, so nobody's here for free food? Nobody's here for free food. So, you know, at barbecue places, they feed you like a fucking dog at the pound. They put it on that metal plate. So I grabbed the metal plate and I just fucking dunked it. Just I was like, nobody wants free food then here. Let me fucking take it.
Were you
and
throwing the trays away?
Threw the trays away and everything.
That's pretty rude.
It's rude. I'm not proud of myself, Trent. I'm just telling a story how it happened.
Yeah.
Then I looked at the daughter and I was like, I'm sorry you had to deal with this. Then I looked at the grandmother and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Give me that fucking plate. And I threw it away. But I looked at her like, you're partially responsible for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're partially responsible. And you're all responsible for allowing this to happen. Yeah, for allowing this to happen. This lady flipped out. So I quit that job, obviously. Got fired. Let's be real.
Yeah,
got fired immediately.
I think you made the decision to get fired.
Yeah, I'm not proud of it, but fuck it, man. Sometimes you just have to stand up to those people, like where you're not going to berate me at my job because I brought you the wrong glass of wine. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And I know it sounds like I'm pleading my case here, but that's what it comes down to. But the next day, this lady posted a 5-page Yelp review. A dissertation, bro.
Okay.
And it is hilarious. So we pulled it up. We're not going to pull it up on the screen because it has names and things.
If you'd given it to me in advance enough, I could have.
Yeah, it's all right.
Blocked stuff, but
giving 1 star because I can't leave 0 stars. That's a fantastic way to start a review.
I'm gonna say it's hack, dude. I've seen that before. It's not really original. Like,
this place gave the worst history of customer service I've ever experienced in my life. That's we should have that framed, put up on in my entire life. So she says, we were there, 30 minutes before we were encountered. So she was sitting there before I even got over. That's where her attitude started. Okay. So we got our wines, appetizers ordered, but it seemed to be trouble for him to go get it. So we asked for another round. He brought some other type of wine that was not what I had the first time. And he was too lazy to go get the bottle. See, this is where the whole thing is. It's like, you got the wrong wine, but then she says that I brought the right one. That's like the end of the fucking argument, right?
Yeah.
To go out of your way and start talking to the manager. And then she's like, meanwhile, he just grabbed things off the table. Go to the next one. Let's go to the next page. So there's a whole table where she's setting it up. Says,
and she won't say fucking bitch. She won't type that.
No.
That's too bad.
She said, I brought the owner over, stopped by, and explained all the above. Nothing embellished over the top. We just didn't like our service. Then the waiter had the audacity to come to our table.
Threw the to-go box on
The
our
cat had the
table.
audacity to come to our table and confront me in front of my family. I explained that I have nothing to say to him. And this is when he went to go and tell me, he called me a bitch and that I am a fucking bitch in front of my guests. Dude, this lady just got called out exactly what was happening. Like somebody finally said what was happening.
By the way, is that a typo that makes guests quests?
Yeah, she can't type. She was that mad. She did this as she left.
Oh, okay. Wow. So she was like,
This person verbally assaulted me.
daughter, you drive. I need to type.
Yeah, exactly. She's like in front of my 19-year-old daughter and my 69-year-old mother. I was drinking a Malbec at 11:30. Yeah, this lady. So then this is my favorite part. He went back to our table and took everyone's dinner away. He took away my daughter's plate, my 69-year-old mother's plate. So go to the next page.
Beautiful.
He took our dinner away in all capital. Then this is where the lady starts going into where her husband would have knocked me out. She would have shot me with her gun. Just the entire thing. She like was screaming at me, chasing me across the restaurant. Like she was, but it's always the victim here. Just because somebody just said, you know what, you're a fucking bitch. And then she just had a fucking meltdown.
Proved you right.
But my favorite thing about the whole thing was under the Yelp review, right? There's 5 pages.
Yeah.
And then the Yelp review under it is a dude that was sitting in the booth next to her. And he goes, hey, what's up? I was sitting in the booth next to y'all, and you were indeed being a fucking bitch.
Yeah. Just shut down.
I just couldn't believe it. It was like, I'm in the wrong here for calling you a bitch. Now I am in the wrong for throwing the food away. Let's be real.
That was a bit much.
That was a little bit over the top.
Yeah.
Probably doesn't paint me in a positive light.
Honestly,
It's what happened.
calling her a fucking bitch is kind of a tough look if you don't have the context.
Yeah, I get it. But I
And
feel
that's
like
what
everybody
she's-
did have the context
Yeah.
in the restaurant because they could hear her. I mean,
Well-
she was just fucking going.
But what she's playing on is the fact that online nobody knows the context. So that's why you got to be careful with these super wordy reviews, because the super wordy reviews
Nobody's
are the
reading
ones
the meat
where
and-
they're
meat and
proving
potatoes.
like they need to. If you need to be wordy in your review,
Yeah.
then it means that you need to explain a lot.
Right.
And if you need to explain a lot, you're probably lying.
Yeah, right? It's like, no. You're weaving a whole web, Charlotte.
Yeah. Get out of here, you fucking spider.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my quitting story. Probably not
More-
the best story.
More of a pig, really.
Yeah, right. Probably not the best story for the end of the
Yeah, damn,
podcast.
dude, we're at 57 minutes.
Yeah, I thought we did good. We only
We're going
derailed
well.
once with the Jesus thing.
We got pretty far off for a while, like up front. We were really out there.
Oh, fuck them. It's a sunglasses
we're having
episode. It
fun.
is what it is. It's a
We're
sunglasses
having
episode.
fun.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Bye.
Spooner blows.